In this video we'll be reviewing Virgin Atlantic and Virgin Holidays. Stay with us. So firstly we'll be looking at the travel agents. So the travel agencies are actually conveniently placed around the country. Some of them are at the next doors a closed shop, Debenhams, and also quite a lot of shopping malls in major towns and cities across the UK. But also, not to mention, they're also available online on their website as well. But we'll be looking at the travel agents in particular because obviously that's where we got most of our experience from. So you walk in and it's quite well themed, isn't it? It sort of gets you in the holiday mood. You've literally got a mock-up of like a first class seat in the corner. This is Bristol Cribs Causeway, the one that we went to, so others may vary, but they're all pretty much on the same sort of model, aren't they? Yeah. So you walk in and you've got like a little coffee bar sort of thing, haven't you?
Well, like a bar,
is good, yeah.
Really, yeah.
So they give you a nice drink to get you settled in, and then as soon as an agent becomes available, then obviously you then sit down and they look at some holidays that basically what you want. So you tell them whether you want a good deal or whether you want, you know, to go all out, whether it's a special holiday or that sort of thing, and they basically look extensively based on your search. We felt that they're really helpful, yeah, and quite informative. You know, there's often the myth about travel agents, being a former travel agent myself, there's often a myth that they try and obviously rip you off basically, but that's not true. We certainly didn't find that with Virgin Holidays as well.
Well, even to the point where when we were booking our holiday we were looking at a completely different date. We were looking at an October holiday, and one of the other agents was walking by where we were sat and informed the agent that was dealing with us, informed her that she'd just literally found a holiday for a really good deal in the May after. We were looking in the October of the same year, but for the May after, which is the one we ended up booking for, they'd literally just got the dates in for that one, and that was a ridiculously cheap price. She couldn't believe her eyes when she booked it in for them. So the agent that was dealing with us asked if that's the case, did you want to have a look at prices for the May afterwards, and checked that we were not specifically looking for October for any reason before. So obviously she didn't want to push us into booking May, but if we weren't that bothered about the date, that she could get us a better deal. So she knew we were on a budget and she used that, and when she found out that we were actually looking just to save money and have an amazing holiday but for a really good price, she found that for us, and it didn't matter that she was going to get less money from us. She was there for us, not for herself, which is what you want. You know that they're on commission, but at the same time it's better getting the holiday that your customer wants, and then you're definitely gonna get your commission, aren't you, that way? But it didn't feel like that was what she was trying to get out of us. No. She was just trying to find a holiday that tailored us, and she wasn't overly pushy, which was nice.
No, I mean, I think I've looked on the website as well, and I don't think their prices are much different actually in the agents to the website as well. Yeah. So yeah. They are there, just to help you really. Obviously they want to sell you a holiday, but they're going to use everything they can to help you to achieve that, I think. So yeah, we found it really great. I mean, the Lithia loved it as well, didn't she? They were really nice with the Lithia, our youngest daughter.
Our only daughter. There's no spoiler alert there or anything. She is our one and only. But yeah, they made her feel comfortable. They had like a little teddy bear that they'd obviously had made from the Build-A-Bear downstairs with its own little suitcase and passport, and they were quite happy to let her play with it to keep her occupied, and they were including her in, because they knew we wanted to go to Disney, so they were including her in that as well and asking her who she wanted to see and stuff like that. They were really interactive with her, which is what you want really, because children are not going to be very, I mean, I don't sit still for very long. So I can imagine that children wouldn't either.
I think it's with Virgin, it's what we'll be looking at today. I think with Virgin it's all about the experience. It's an experience, it's a holiday experience, right from booking it to actually going on it. and I think that's what they set to achieve there as part of that, and I think they did quite well. So yeah, they managed to find us a good deal. We were quite happy, and it was quite a good, friendly, informative service, and convenient to get to. You know, ours was at Cribs Causeway, which was a large mall. And I think that's pretty much the case across the country. So yeah, all in all, thumbs up for Virgin Holidays, the actual travel agents at booking. The website, like I said, we didn't actually use the website ourselves, but I have actually researched through it, and again, it's quite easy. It's quite, you know, reasonably priced. You just basically say when you want to go. Sometimes attend on the search, a little bar on the top that pops up with the different dates and how much it is, so you can literally pick the date based on price.
On price, yeah.
That doesn't always appear on every search that I've done, I've noticed. Don't know, drop a comment if you've found that yourself, or if you know a way around it to make sure it appears on every search. But yeah, it doesn't always appear. If it was on every single search, that would be a lot more easier, because you can literally tailor the price on the date sort of thing.
What you want to do, yeah.
So yeah, all in all, the booking experience, I think both the website and the travel agents was really good. I'll always like the agents because, you know, it's just adding to that experience. It's the excitement of going in and booking your holiday, I find. So
yeah, and I don't like sitting in a travel agent's. I dread it when Stephen says, "Let's go and book a holiday," because I do not like sitting in travel agents. But to be fair, Virgin is definitely up there as one of the best ones. It doesn't make me feel uncomfortable at all. So yeah.
Definitely thumbs up. So moving on to the next bit of the holiday, and that's obviously the airport departure. So first of all, you've got the check-in desk, which pretty much like any other check-in desk, nice and easy.
I think they mainly like to use the self-service ones now. They have got someone at a desk, but I think it's mainly for the bag drop-offs. You have to actually check in at a booth now, or on the app or online. There's not like a normal check-in desk like the old days. They're all quite technological.
So with checking online, make sure you know the time limits to when the earliest opportunity to the latest. There are on there. We won't go into that in too much detail, just in case it changes after time of filming. But if you've got the Virgin app, Virgin Atlantic app, or obviously on the website, it does clearly state when you can and can't check in to and by. So do obviously take note of that. We just literally checked in at the kiosk, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which we found super easy.
We were staying across the road in the Premier Inn. Yeah. So yeah, we could see it from our room actually, couldn't we? The check-in desks. Yeah. So yeah, we just made sure we got up early enough to go down and just use those, because I wasn't sure on checking in online, was I? I like the idea of physically checking in when you're about to go on the flight. So yeah.
So obviously there are still time limits on that, as well as with any occasion when you fly away. We checked in, I think it was it 2 or 3 hours before?
Probably about 3.
Yeah, 3 hours. It's normally advisable. I always, basic rule, get there at least 2 hours before departure, just to make sure you get through security and through the duty free and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's the check-in. Super easy, like I say. Nice, clean, bright check-in area.
And there are staff hanging around to help you out if you are unsure.
Yeah.
there was quite a few actually when we got there.
They were having a meeting, didn't they?
Did, yeah. Having a good old chin wag, which is fine. Yeah, but they were there ready to help us out, because we were a bit unsure about luggage tags and stuff, weren't we? The ones they print out, and there was someone there to help us, and make sure that it was perfect for us to be able to then go and drop our bags off.
Yeah, because we obviously had oversized baggage in the name of our buggy, so they just literally told us what to do with that, and put a tag on it, and we dropped it off at the actual airplane door, so which was good and helpful, because you do kind of wonder. Every airline is sometimes different. You sort of wonder what's the routine, and there's always someone there just to reassure you and help you through the way.
That's all you want, really, isn't it?
So also at the airport, if you've been looking at Virgin, is V-Room. Now obviously that's something you have to add on to your booking, and you can add it at a later stage, but don't do what we did and leave it too late, because it does fill up quite quickly, because it is popular. So basically it's an airport lounge. Now if you're travelling premium, there is obviously the premium lounge as well, but we won't go into that on this review. So V-Room basically, it's just everything to help you relax and to keep you entertained in the short time before you actually fly away. So all ages are catered for, aren't they? Yeah. So you've got your children's play area, which is like a soft play for the older children and the young adults and big kids, shall we say. You've got the Xboxes and there's like a little tech
area, yeah. I think they've got like computers and stuff as well, so if you need to do any catching up with anything before you leave, I think you can do all that if you'd rather do it on a computer.
Yeah, it's all on there. Last minute social media post before you fly away. So you've got that side, and also more importantly, I think you've got the food, the buffet, where they mainly emphasise on breakfast. So you've got your traditional cooked breakfast or continental breakfast. So everything just to help you settle down, and of course drinks as well. Now there are different packages, I believe, for the drinks, so do check that out.
Do check that, yeah.
Obviously when booking. But basically it's everything there to help you relax and
away from the hustle and bustle of the main terminals, because obviously they can get quite crowded,
quite intense,
especially if you're at the bigger airports like Manchester or Gatwick. It's a bit too much sometimes, so it's nice to have like an area that you can just go and chill out and relax in before you go on your flight, get you ready to just chill on your flight as well.
So obviously if you're watching this in 2019, we will be on our next trip, we will be using the V-Rooms, so do check that out on our vlogs. But the thing to notice is Manchester and Gatwick are the two major places for the V-Rooms. Now with Gatwick, your V-Room booking does include premium security, fast track, which basically gets you through nice and easy, which is what everyone wants, gives you more time in the V-Room itself. And at Manchester and Gatwick, they've both got Alamo check-in, which basically saves you time once you've got to the US. So if you are booking your car with Alamo through Virgin, then obviously that makes it super convenient.
Yeah, which we probably wish we had.
It just
takes a little bit of time. Yeah, because obviously when you get across to Florida or somewhere, wherever you're travelling to, you want as much time there as possible. So just taking those little things away from the other side is going to help you out to get to your location, your hotel quicker, and then enjoy the rest of your holiday without having to worry about car hire and stuff once you get there.
Yeah, I mean, once you've been on that 9-hour flight, because it is to Orlando, then you just want to simply get in your car and drive to the hotel, don't you? So it does make it easier if you're doing that. So that's another consideration if you're and ahhing whether to book the V-Room. But obviously the earlier you book it, the better. So moving on to the next part of the experience, and that's Virgin Atlantic itself. So first of all, just to make it nice and easy, when booking your flight, you can also, I think it's a year in advance, we said, you can book your seats and your meal preferences. You can do that either on the website or on the app. I downloaded the app, which made it really good because it's just all on your phone.
You can keep an eye on everything, and they do a little countdown on there as well to your holiday, which is cool.
That's with the Virgin Holidays one. But they also there's a link on there as well to check in, which was pretty good. Again, we didn't actually use it ourselves, but if you choose to, then that's super easy. So you get to choose your meal preferences. So if you've got a child, obviously you might want to book a children's meal, which is basically it's simple meals, isn't it? Like Lithia's with a macaroni cheese. Was it macaroni cheese?
Cheese and tomato pasta.
That's the one, yeah. But they do vary, obviously, time to time. And also, if you have special dietary requirements, you can also book a special meal via that.
Gluten, vegetarian, vegan, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Gluten-free, sorry, not gluten. Gluten-full meals.
Whilst we're on the subject of meals, obviously, if you just you're happy with whatever meal, any standard meal sort of thing, They do bring out a menu before takeoff, so
Yeah.
you've got plenty of time to look over it, because if you're in basic economy, there's like 2 or 3 choices, isn't
Yeah.
there, to choose from for your meal. I believe the more premium economy and premium, you do obviously get a full-blown menu with that. But yeah, at least, you know, even a couple of choices is
It's better than
really good.
other
So,
airlines, yeah.
now, if you're fussy a bit like me, some of the choices are a little bit difficult. I probably would go for a children's meal just to make
Yeah,
it simple.
you kind of
but,
liked the look of Alicia's meal more than any of the other ones on the menu.
but that being said, on the way back, I think it was more of a.
There is a variety, and you can obviously pick out things you might not like. But yeah, there is a variety of different meal choices, which is good. I mean, even if you didn't book a children's meal, you never know, you might be able to ask if there's any spare around on the actual day. If there's nothing that you do like on the menu, I'm sure they'll do their best. They're very friendly on the flights, all of the cabin crew and everything, so I'd imagine they'll do their best to help you out where they can.
Yeah, where possible, yeah. And also, when booking in advance, if you've got a very tiny child that might want a kiddie cot, you can actually book that as well.
Yeah.
Behind the galley on the middle aisle, there is an option to have like a little pull-down table where they put it on the cot,
Yeah.
which was good, obviously, during the actual flight time rather than they taking off and landing, which they still have to sit on your lap.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was again another helpful thing. The first impressions on the planes then, I mean, we flew with them first when we went to Dubai, didn't we, back in 2014. We were absolutely blown away. We vowed we were definitely going to travel with Virgin again.
Yeah.
It's just because it's just little extras, like, you know, news. From Heathrow they gave out newspapers, didn't they? I believe they do at Gatwick actually.
Like as you go to the sort of the hold area just before you go onto the actual plane itself, they had like stands, where you could pick up magazines and newspapers. It's just little extras like that. That might be something you wanted to get from the departure lounge, but you forgot. So it's something else that you can just pick up on your way through.
You forgot because you were sat in the view room all that time.
Yeah.
Reading the complimentary magazines.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just little things like that, and then you walk in and it's got like the really nice atmospheric lighting.
Yeah, it's like a real ambience about it. It's really calming. They've got like music on in the background, really calming music. And it's just the whole, like you said, the lighting effects. It's nice, and it's like a calming light, but it's not too dark where you can't see where you're going, which is good because you don't want to be tripping over seats.
On the newer planes, something to note, there are actually doing even better with the different mood lightings, aren't they? Like the A350s and the 787s in their fleet, they are actually doing that. Bearing in mind though, those aircraft, the 787 in particular, are on the more exotic routes, such as like the Far East and New York. At the moment, if you're travelling to Orlando, which is mainly what we're about, they're using the 747s, although they will be eventually phased out. 747s are obviously quite old aircraft, but they don't seem it. Like the interior is always modernised. They do change it more frequently than other airlines, which sometimes look a bit dated.
Yeah, they just kept on top of it and made it look like, considering, I mean, how old are those planes?
Most of them are around about the early 90s, late 90s.
So they're as old as I am. I'm nearly 30 now. They're old planes. In the grand scheme of things, they are old, very old planes. But they keep on top of them so much that you literally don't think you're flying on something that old.
Yeah, it doesn't look it.
It doesn't look it. They keep them really nice and clean. Their cleaning staff must do a really good job. But yeah, and they keep things updated. Like, I'd imagine if they find anything broken, they're straight on it to fix it. We didn't see anything that was out of sorts at all on these planes.
No, that brings me back actually. When we went to Dubai, we were on a A330, which is even like a sort of newer aircraft. But my video, I couldn't hear sound or something, wasn't it? Through, and straight away the cabin crew were on it, and they sorted it within a minute.
Yeah.
So if you do have any problems, they sort it.
Try and sort it as quickly as possible. Yeah.
They want you to have the best experience possible, because it is part of your holiday, and Virgin are all about giving you the best experience. Bear in mind, by the way, we're not sponsored by Virgin, but Virgin, if you're watching, we're willing to help.
We're willing to help, yeah.
So all in all, we think, Virgin do go that extra mile, and you'll notice that yourself, we think. Now, if you are riding on the 747, and I know a lot of people tend to enjoy riding in the top deck, the bubble as they call it, that is actually standard economy. That is like your standard economy sort of class. So some airlines, I think they put first class up there, but if you book in economy, then you can it's worth having a look, see if you can get in the top deck.
We didn't know when we were booking our seats, so it's worth checking it out first before you book your seats. But then we like to sit on the wings anyway, don't we?
Sit on the wings.
Literally sit on the wings.
Entertainment wise, I think, in my opinion, Virgin have always been leading the way with that. I think it was, from what I remember reading, it was them who pretty much brought the whole concept of onboard entertainment right in front of you. When I was a kid riding to Florida, it used to be one great big screen in the middle of the plane, and everyone had to watch the same film.
Yeah.
But now it's just like literally hundreds of films,
it's almost,
TV programs.
Yeah, it's almost
music.
like you've got your Skybox with you on holiday.
Skybox and some.
And maybe. Some, yeah.
So it's also got music and.
Yeah, you literally your actual entertainment console, it's all touch screen, so you can pick and choose what you want. But you've got literally a choice of movies. They've got really up-to-date ones. I mean, when we went to Florida, things like films like Aquaman, Bohemian Rhapsody, Star is Born, all those lot, which were still quite new, were all on there available to watch. But then they've got older films as well. They've got a massive choice of films. You've also got box sets. Again, they've got really up-to-date ones. There was a programme on ITV which I didn't get to watch at home, forgot about it, and then I actually found it on the console on the aeroplane, so I ended up watching the whole box set on the way to Florida when we went. They've got hundreds and hundreds of box sets, and they've got lots of different genres of things. They've got your dramas, period dramas, comedies. I think they've got reality stuff as well, things like that. So that's cool. And then they've also got hordes of music available. So if you like to just put on some music and fall asleep to it or something, like we do, we like to listen to music as much as we can. And again, up-to-date albums, older albums, almost any type of music that you like, you've got a choice of some kind of genre.
It's like having iMusic or
it is.
Spotify,
it's like having
isn't it?
Spotify or something like that on it.
Plane,
We're proper name dropping in this video. Anyone we've mentioned, we're here.
There are other brands.
Other brands everywhere. And then also you've got lots of kids entertainment. For all age of kids. Obviously there was things on there that Alithia liked, and she was just 2 when we went. And then you've got bigger kids things on there, all sorts of different programmes, movies for kids, and stuff like that as well. And lastly, they've got games. You can play things like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on there, which is fun, and just simple card games, solitaire, things like that. You've got lots to choose from. So when they say that they've got onboard entertainment, they mean every kind of entertainment you can imagine. All they could do with now is having like a show on there, or a live band on something.
Their own version. If you told them that, they probably would.
Didn't they have a thing where Bastille and stuff played on there?
Yeah, that was on
Special
VNU,
flight.
their new 787 on its first flight. They had it was.
They had live music, didn't they?
Rudimental.
Rudimental, possibly, yeah.
It was called Flight Decks, and literally on the back, like the back galley, they turned it into a DJ booth. So.
Which would have been right up my alley if I could have booked onto that flight. I would have.
Yeah. So just to elaborate on a bit what Katie said there, with the children's entertainment section, they have it in genre of age, age separation. So it made it easier just to choose the sort of programs to suit your children, and also if you don't want your children, if they like to tinker with the screen, but you don't want them watching something that you don't want them to watch, there is a child setting on there as well, which is really good.
Good.
So So yeah, so all in all, I think, you know, good experience. They think of everything, and 9-hour flight, you know, which of course on the entertainment thing you can track, by the way, you can track your progress, which is I was always doing. I always do that. But it doesn't feel like 9 hours a lot of the time, you know, because you're just immersed. So, you know, it's all good. So yeah, that was Virgin Atlantic. So that was our Virgin Atlantic and Virgin Holidays review. Now obviously we've mainly focused on them because, well, they're the main people who we've travelled with to Florida. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to ask us, then of course drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell icon to receive video notifications whenever we release a new video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.